Now, financial stocks are leading the Japanese markets lower. Mike's in Tokyo to tell us why. Mike.
Well, a lot of concern about banks having to raise extra capital. JP Morgan cutting its rating on Mitsubishi UFJ and Sumitomo Mitsui to neutral from overrating. You can see those two stocks today sliding. Mitsubishi UFJ off by 1.8%, and Mizuho also heading lower. Sumitomo Mitsui down 1.4%. Now, all three of those, we heard from UBS yesterday saying that all three of those may be forced to raise even more capital because the G20 central bankers and finance ministers want stricter regulation for the financial industry. They want them to have a stronger capital base so that we don't have any more instability. Commodity stocks, though, rising today on the back of higher oil and metals prices. We got the two big oil explorers, Impex and Japex, up more than 2%. Also, Sumitomo Metal Mining, the copper producer, up about 1%, and the trading companies heading higher as well. Automakers, though, falling with the big three, Toyota, Honda and Nissan, all down. Mitsubishi Motors unchanged at the moment. Nikkei News says it's going to hire 1,000 workers in Thailand to build more Pajero sports utility vehicles. The Nikkei newspaper says Honda's going to earn more from motorbikes than it does from cars this fiscal year. Honda is forecasting operating profit this year of $750 million. That's down 65% from a year earlier. The Nikkei says half of this year's operating profit is going to come from bike sales. The other half, not from automobiles, but from its financial operations. And the auto segment, according to the Nikkei, is only going to break even. Japanese drug maker Shionogi says it's going to earn $54 million a year from a new flu drug. It's going to submit Paramavir to the health ministry here in Japan in November for approval. It expects to sell it from October next year. Flu drugs likely to get a little bit of a push through because of concern about swine flu. Daiichi Sankyo and Fujifilm's Toyama Chemical also developing flu drugs to help fight the H1N1 pandemic. Shionogi at the moment up 0.5%. Daiichi down about 0.4%. Fujifilm, which is the parent of Toyama Chemical, up by 1/3%. Haslinda, back over to you in Singapore.
Mike, thank you so much for that. And talking about Shionogi, analysts do seem to like the stock. All 17 analysts we track under Bloomberg say buy or hold that company.